This is real good content. We should actually just drop this. I don't give a.
Oh yeah, yo, hype for this one.
Let's get it.
Ooh. All right, wait. I need some good music to get us going. I feel aggressive when I'm around my brother Los.
Hey.
Hold on. Where you at? Let's see.
This one's for Sammy.
Hey. So I gotta get y'all two together and just.
That's my guy, but he wants no part of me. Pause. Big pause, but he not.
He don't want no parts.
He want no part of this over here.
Oh man. Oh, hold on. Bow.
Hey.
I'm feeling so hype right now.
Look, pull up and hop at the car. That's the end of the job. The ops told me we be going too hard, we shooting too much, we going too far. I'm with the sick whales and the sharks. Suck my dick, that's from my heart. I see his face, I get a light, he gets sparked. Hey, watch my life on the vlog. They don't never spit me out with the dogs. Gain away, I need the laws. When we got static, I'm fully involved. Hey, dad, we still killing them all. If we want to, we go kill some more. I took a perk, feeling this moss. She got a man still getting her drawers. Hey, I got wolves, still feeding them all. I got money, so I'm feeding them all.
Hey.
Stood tall when they needed the ball. 10 toes, 2 feet on the floor. Fabi, boss, now I can buy me a loft. I ain't satisfied at all. I still got family in the fort. Gotta still going back and forth the court. A couple fights still need to get fought. They thought there was
God.
that was the wrong with this shit.
Fabi, gifted.
Everybody know I'm gifted.
Man.
We in the building.
Oh my God.
We in the building.
Yo. You know what's funny too? So prior to the pandemic, prior to like the craziness and everything, I was fucking heavy with like just Pop and Fabi and just that whole just Brooklyn drill shit. But I think where it really started to like I really started rocking with it heavy was probably like around the time when you and I started like working out heavily together.
Of course.
And then it was just like, yo, this shit is this is the anthem to me, like punching these bags over here and me going
man,
nuts.
You know what I mean? Lift up a weight or two.
Yeah,
you know how it goes.
like that's what it is. Like these were my fucking anthems. I had them shits on repeat, boy.
You listen to the, I believe it's Nigerian drill.
Ooh, I've heard heard of it. I haven't listened to listened to it too much.
It's called Sorry.
Oh, you.
Dog, it's called Sorry. I'm gonna try to put it up right here. So
you worldly, you know that?
Listen, man.
You a man of the world.
I may have got the country wrong. Forgive me, but
you a worldly man.
I believe it's Nigerian drill. It's fire.
All right, we'll have to get that up. But you got it? All right, man.
Hello.
Yo.
What's going on?
Yo.
Nah, I'm in the middle of something right now.
Yo, this is nuts.
I'm shooting something right now. Can I call you back?
Yo,
my man. Y'all talk right here. That's the name right there.
Yo, this is the greatest shit ever. Yo, this man then just picked up a call mid-pod, was just like, yo, hold up, I'm in the middle of something.
I'm in the middle of something right now. Y'all time. YAW space TOG. It's called Sorry.
I'm gonna save that because I definitely want to check. I want to check that out. Yep, I got that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Yo.
Yeah, my bad though. I apologize.
Yo, you a wild motherfucker.
I'm new at this. My first time. You heard?
All right, where my man is? Let me get the intro off. Welcome all to episode number 41 of the What Are We Talking About podcast. I am your host, Izzy, and today I have with me a very, very special guest. You've heard him mentioned here before. Talked about, putting a pause on this man one time. I think I called you out, like episode 1, I called you out. My New Year's resolution was, I
want no trouble.
Yo, my New Year's resolution was, I gotta spar with you.
But tell Sammy, I'll make him hold my pocket.
Ooh. Yo, man, Brother Los is in the house,
We in the
man.
building. We heard. We here.
Yes. Yo, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. How you living?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed. You know, it's a weird feeling now because you think about, yo, I've been doing this shit now 41 weeks. So it's dope. I love it. I've been enjoying myself. Been enjoying, I think we're working out with like you and Nate and Sav and like all y'all have like definitely kind of shifted my mindset in the last like year and a half, 2 years, where I'm just now like in this frame of mind where I'm just like, yo, I gotta always work out. Like I feel weird when I don't work out.
You have to, man.
I feel weird. Like if I can't get a workout in, damn, I feel weird.
The motto is, you work hard, you work out harder, and you live life how you want to live it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's what we doing.
I'm just saying.
You drop a lot of gems on a regular basis. I don't know if you know this.
You know, I know a little bit about it a lot.
Like you drop a lot of gems, and it's just be like just casually too.
I'm here for the people.
Man, and the people are here for you. The people are here for you, man.
Let's get it. What we getting into today?
No,
You heard? We here.
What are we even talking about?
What are we even talking about tonight? Let's get it.
Let's get it. Name of the show.
Let's get it. What we getting into today? Let's do it. What we doing?
All right. Well, I mean, I think it's fitting. You're here. I almost feel like it's where we gotta go from the jump, because it's like it's a privilege to have you here to talk about this kind of topic.
No. It's an honor. It's a privilege to be here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? To be a part of your movement over here.
Cheers, brother.
It took 41 weeks to get me here, but
Cheers,
you know,
man.
Who's counting?
Right? Who's keeping track of that?
Mm.
Almost a full year. I feel like I need to do some kind of like a special celebration for like the 1 year anniversary of the pod.
Let's do it. We'll have everybody who's been on it here at once. You know what I'm saying?
As mad motherfuckers. Hold on.
Nah, you know, we would just, we'll just set it up the right way. Have the whole team in here.
That's not a bad idea. I definitely need to do some kind of a 1 year celebration for this pod. And I didn't even think of it because I'm like, yo, 41 is a lot. And then I'm like, yo, there's only 42 weeks in a year. I'm coming up on a year.
52 weeks in a year.
52 weeks in a year.
Come on, man.
Because you got me drinking this dark liquor.
Hey.
You see, this is the thing. Normally on this pod, I'm on here. I'm normally drinking something light. Normally drinking some Tito's. Sometimes tequila. It's normally the move for me on this pod. There's maybe like...
Well, judging from all your prior guests, I see why you drink that soft stuff. You know?
Yeah. Yo. Something that I've learned from being around you and being around Nate Andrews, pro MMA fighter, great guy.
Shout out to Bellator, by the way.
Bellator.
New England legend.
Y'all fighting motherfuckers love talking shit. Because
I mean, I'm just a man who partakes in gym activities.
Yeah, nah, you humble. You humble.
I mean?
That's
just,
that's your strongest attribute.
Yeah.
You're real humble, brother.
You're out here.
But yeah, so only you, Cootie, and I think my boy Reed were the only ones who had me drinking Henny on the pod, and I'm just like, yo, I don't know why I do this to myself.
Who?
My boy Reek, he was on, I think, two.
The other guy. Who's that?
Here we go.
Who's that?
My bad.
Cootie? No.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
More like Hootie, because I don't know who that is.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, you right. That's my bad. I apologize. I shouldn't have said his name. I shouldn't have said that name.
Let's get it.
So I think let's get right into it, man. Boxing. I want to really just get right into this Fury Wilder fight, man. We just saw this. I think I had called. I can't remember what I said last week because last week's episode of the pod I recorded it before the fight.
Okay.
And I think I said that it would be a knockout. I might have said less rounds. Because I think it ended in what, like 8? 11. I think I said either 6 or 8. I know I gave like an even number later rounds, but I was like, yeah, like probably be like 6 or 8. It'll go for a little bit, but then Fury's gonna just like finish it.
Fury's a different breed.
Yo, I don't know that it's fair, and it could just be because having just spent more time in a boxing ring with you, where I just kind of have like a better, I have just a better understanding of just what I'm seeing now when I'm watching fights. A guy the size of Fury should not be able to move the way he moves.
Listen, man, you either got it or you don't.
Like, he should not be able to. Like, yo, he moves so fluidly in the ring.
It's a bad man.
It's scary.
It's a bad man.
That's a real bad man. Like, to move that way is wild. Granted, Wilder's power is he just has a very natural power.
That just goes to show you power. It's not everything. Think about it. Now, the first fight, they tried to use Fury because he was I think he took some time off. He was dealing with depression. He was dealing with addiction. Yeah. And they was trying to use him as a stepping stone to add another notch to Wilder's, resume, which is,
because that was when Wilder
knocking
was
everybody out. He was
Yeah.
knocking everybody out, which is, a compliment in itself. But at the same time, it goes to show you, hard work beats talent any time of the week.
Well, yeah, I remember.
I picked Fury all 3 times. I ain't gonna tell nobody though.
I think so. Going into the first, so I do remember the first fight, and Wilder was he was in that streak where he was the equivalent to like a fucking anime villain in the ring, just he would just stick. Yeah,
one punch power.
Yeah, it was that one punch power. He was everyone that you put in the ring with Wilder was food. Yeah. Everyone that was in there, they were food immediately because Wilder just had the power.
That right hand's killer,
which was insane, and then you saw Fury just start to get up from it, like nothing happened. It was like, yo, hold up.
He got up like the Undertaker.
Yo, yeah, and it was just like, yo, that's like, and then when you watch the replays too of the punches, it wasn't because you'll see it a lot in the ring where. I'll catch you with a punch in the timing. You kind of get caught on your feet. You stumble on yourself. Yeah. Now, Wilder was catching Fury with a clean rights, and you see Wilder's arm just in full. You could just tell that he put everything behind that punch.
Now imagine how he felt when he put everything he had into that punch. He got up like it was nothing. Imagine what it did to his mental. Yeah. What people don't understand, boxing is 80% mental, 20% physical. So if you're not there upstairs, it don't matter how strong you are, none of that. It's all mental.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of it is mental. That's something.
You gotta believe in yourself because you're pretty much going to war. Think about it. Whether it's sparring, whether it's a fight, how you're training, you're pretty much going to war. You're trying to take that guy's head off. He's trying to take your head off. And afterwards, you guys hug. Come on.
I'm right.
Unless it's me and Sav. I ain't hugging him.
No, you ain't hugging Sav?
I ain't hugging Sav. Me and Sav going to war every day I see him.
Yo. I still think it's the funniest story when y'all ran into each other at the gym. And I'm just like, yo, it's like a crossover episode of 2 people from my life who aren't around each other all the time.
You got bearded Krillin.
Yeah.
And you got a extinct Street Fighter character.
Yeah.
He wants no parts of me.
Want no part. Yo, man. Let me
stop. I'm joking, just having no trouble.
No. One of these days, honestly, I really have to get a workout in with both of y'all. We gotta go lifting together. I need to lift with both of y'all one day.
Come on, man.
I just got.
I'm CT Fletcher.
Because
I'm Mike Rashad.
Nah, because the thing is, I've lifted with you, and I've lifted with Sav before. Y'all are the same person, first of all. Down to the fact that y'all both left-handed. Y'all are
Sav couldn't hold my gym bag.
Y'all are the same individual. All right.
Nah, shout out to Sav, man.
You and Sav, I feel like you and Sav are the same person. I feel like when God created you and Sav. It's yo, we're going to make the exact same person. But we're going to make this one Puerto Rican and this one Dominican. All right, now let him go.
True.
now throw him out in the world. Let's see what happens.
And I'm 6 feet. He's 5'2". We're not going to talk about that today.
Man.
We're not going to talk about that today.
Nah, you gotta give him some more inches.
Nah, we good. Sal's my guy though.
Nah, he's the one, man. We gotta get y'all in there together. Speaking of, as we're talking about fight and
yes,
boxing, one thing that I did want to talk about, I think it is important because it's kind of a follow up to the first episode of this podcast was because I did mention, I said, New Year's resolution, I gotta spar with you.
Got you.
I've kind of sparred with you a couple times at this point, no?
We did a little bit of work.
Right? Like, yeah, I sparred with you, I sparred with Nate. So first off, I'm putting that out there so people know, I did my resolution. I stepped in the ring with this man and
he survived.
I'm here, ain't I?
Hey,
I'm here.
You're more than here. You're more than here.
I'm thriving. You right?
Is there?
Shoot. But I think because it's funny when I said that in the first episode, mad people were like, "Yo, you're gonna spar with Los? You crazy?" I was like, "Y'all realize sparring is not a fight.
No, it's all work.
It's work. So me saying, I want to spar with this dude is more so saying I want to work up to a point to where the only natural progression for my work at that point is to now get in the ring with you and kind of start practicing what I've been learning."
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was less of I'm throwing down the gauntlet to be I'm gonna whoop your ass. Which
come on. See his face?
you know what I'm saying? But don't worry, you safe. You're good. All right?
I know.
All right, I would never, come on. Man.
I got the cheat code.
I would never incriminate myself like that.
I got the cheat code. I got the cheat code. I ain't gonna say no, but I got the cheat code.
You got the sauce. But I think, it's kind of like a thing of you spar with somebody because the only way to get better, the only way, and this is really true for anything across the board. The only way to get better at anything is to be around people who are better than you at that thing.
True.
And learning from those people.
True. Because you can walk into any gym, anybody could punch a bag.
Yeah.
Anybody could kick a bag, whether you're doing MMA, whether you're doing boxing, kickboxing, whatever it may be. The bag don't hit back. You got a lot of people who, they'll sign up for the gym and they'll say, "Oh, I go to a boxing gym." But what are you doing to pursue that?
Yeah.
So, you gotta push yourself and just keep grinding, put in that work. It's all about self-confidence. And then, practice. Boxing's a lonely sport, man. You know what I mean? Very lonely sport.
You never lied, man. You ain't never lied.
No.
I've enjoyed it. I've definitely enjoyed it. There's a special feeling. There's a special feeling of just fucking punching something as hard as you fucking can and not having repercussions for it.
I tell people all the time, gym is therapy. Whether you're lifting weights, whether you're boxing, whether you're MMA, whether kickboxing, whatever you're doing, the gym is therapy. There's too much stress going on in the world. You know what I mean? Everyone needs an outlet.
Hell yeah. Yo, what's up? You down to go out today? We just fight some motherfuckers? What's up? You and me. Yo, tag team.
Listen.
You down?
What I mean? I'm Legion of Doom. Let's
get
it.
Violence.
You know what I mean? I'm 50% Macho Man, 50% Ultimate Warrior. You know what
Violence.
I mean? Violence is coming 2021. You heard? Team Guns in the building.
Man. Ooh. Yo, man, violence or winner. That's it.
No, I mean, sometimes I tell people all the time, violence is never the answer. But sometimes violence is the only answer.
I've come to learn that a lot of motherfuckers who are the ones who are really good at the ones who know they can legitimately destroy people with their hands tend to be the ones who just have the most self-control and mental peace because it's with great power, you gotta great responsibility. You can't you just can't be unleashed all the time.
It comes with the territory, I guess. But I don't know. I'm non-violent. I preach the peace.
Yeah?
I preach the peace, man.
Okay. What have we been talking about?
Hey.
What have we been talking about? All
episode
right,
41, you heard?
Episode 41. All right. So, speaking of preaching, speaking of just the messages that we put out into the world.
Yes, sir.
Dave Chappelle.
My guy.
Is
the GOAT. There's no one better.
So, I agree with all of those statements.
No one better.
I agree with all of those statements.
No one better. Somebody ever say Kevin Hart's the greatest comedian of all time?
No.
Jump in front of a train.
Nah. I don't even think I put Kevin Hart in like top 5 greatest all time. Because there's just too many
Richard
greats.
Pryor.
Yeah.
Then you got an argument between Eddie Murphy back in the day, not now. You know that because that Raw stand up when he went.
Oh yeah, no, it was amazing.
That Raw stand up is crazy, but Dave Chappelle, he's the truth.
Yo, I think I put Chappelle number 1 over Pryor. I think I put Pryor 2, to be honest. But
I believe that.
Currently, Chappelle is. Yeah, I mean the internet is calling for him to be canceled.
Why?
Because of his latest stand up, The Closer.
It was amazing.
It was, and
as always.
So, I agree. I loved it. I loved it completely.
100%.
I will 100%. So let me outline everything by saying I loved everything in the Chappelle stand up. I thought it was fucking hilarious, right?
Yes, sir.
People are calling for his cancellation based on
what?
On his, I think it's on his commentary about the
free speech,
about the trans community and the gay community. Now, hold on now.
Gotcha.
Hold on now. Because I already felt your energy. Well, you back.
I'm just saying.
I felt my left side start to warm up, and I was like,
we here.
Hold on now.
We here.
All right, because I think that the thing with Chappelle isn't that he comes from a place, because I have a very, very strong opinion about comedy in general. I believe that comedians are in comedy is the only form of art where every single opinion is represented. It is, right? There are comedians who, I'm sure there are comedians out there who make jokes about racism jokes for, you know what I'm saying, for nasty ass Republicans. There are those who make jokes about every viewpoint is represented in comedy. All right?
I agree.
It does exist. And it's probably one of the very few, if not the only art forms where that exists. It's like, everyone's viewpoint is represented because the job of the comedians are to say what the average person cannot say. That's kind of what's always happened in comedy since the beginning of time.
Yes.
If you go back to fucking ancient times, what was the fucking court jester inside of a kingdom? The court jester was the only person who could make fun of the king and not be murdered for it.
That is true.
The court jester was the one who's like, nobody can say this about the king, but I'm the court jester. I can. So y'all will all be, so this is why it's called comedic relief.
That is true. Just so you know, not to cut you off, Sammy, you are a jester.
Sammy's a jester.
Yes, sir.
Yo, say whatever you want. You're not here to be canceled. You're not here to be scrutinized, because what you're saying and what you're doing is what no one else can say and do. You're getting a pass.
It's an art form.
It's an art form.
And
right?
People don't understand that. It's an art form.
I think, and my thing about, because it's an art form, and this is where I think Chappelle beautifully uses the art form. Because I think what Chappelle does, as far as the art form goes, is brings to light the things that we all need to educate ourselves on better.
True, but he also uses himself.
Yeah, but that's how he does it. He uses himself because. All right, technical difficulties, but we're back.
We're back in the building.
With that being said, Chappelle uses that art form.
Yes, sir.
By way of using his own experiences. These are things that I don't understand. These are things that I don't fully know. He's very transparent about that.
Because if you speak your truth, you have nothing to be scared about.
Yeah.
Can't nobody use nothing against you when you speak your truth.
Because you're just saying your truth. And that's where, again, he's like, and I think because then there were a lot of people in his a recent stand-up, he talks about his friendship with a trans person, right? And talks about that experience. And then there were a lot of people who kind of took that and said, it's no different than when a white person says, I have that one black friend. There is a difference. Okay. The difference is, though, if you have that one, like if you have, let's say if you're a person who, you know, if you're a white person, you grew up in a white community, right? And that's all you know, and you have that one black friend, right? It doesn't necessarily matter if you have the one black friend if you're not learning from that one black friend about, like, the black person's struggle. You get what I mean?
True. But let me ask you a question. As the people, right? How are we supposed to accept someone who don't accept themselves?
It isn't that. No, I don't think it's a group of people that doesn't accept themselves. I think it's a group of. I think we're more so talking about people who are trying to, not necessarily that they're trying to accept themselves, that they're trying to find acceptance, and they're trying to find acceptance for who they are.
True.
So I think that's what it's different.
But at the same time, we live in a day and age where you can't even voice your own opinion.
And I think, and that I do have a problem with. I think that's super problematic.
You know what I'm saying? So how can, you know, because, you know, we all know somebody who's gay, trans, or whatever letter they got in the alphabet.
They have a lot of that. Like, so honest, I will say that there are, I feel like the letters are constantly increasing, and I don't know what they are. I don't know what all the letters are. I will be honest.
It's too much. I know lesbian people and I know gay people. And if you're a man who transforms into a female or a female who transforms into a man, whatever you decide to do is your business. Yeah. No judgment zone over here. I don't judge you. But at the same time, how can you voice your opinion but get mad at somebody else who voices theirs?
And that, but I think, because that I can agree with. It's kind of the notion of like, look, if like, I'm willing, like I accept you fully. Because I think for me, I very much of the belief that if you live, kind of like what you said, if you live your truth, nothing else matters. So on that end, it's like, if you're living your truth, you're trans, you're intersex, you're whatever you are, and if I don't fully know or like, first off, if I don't know what that means, then don't necessarily judge me for my ignorance. Use it as an opportunity to educate me on, what does this mean?
True, but you have people who are ignorant, right? Per se. Yeah. Then you have people who are they don't judge. Just because we don't agree on something
doesn't mean I'm judging you.
Doesn't mean I don't support you. Understand what I'm saying? Because we can agree to disagree.
That is so underestimated.
But at the same time, is what you decide to do with your life is your business. But my outlook is not going to change. I'm not going to judge you because
you just have your outlook. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because you did what you did, or because you are who you are. But at the same time, I'm not projecting my beliefs on you. Don't project yours on me. Yes. Because in this day and age where they're projecting all of this stuff that's acceptable, bro. Yeah. Go back to the beginning of time. Right? It's maybe a little bit harsh. But ain't no caveman smack another caveman on top of the head with his stick talking about, I'm dragging you into the cave. It's male, female. Now, what you decide to do behind closed doors, that's your business. But don't judge somebody else's opinion when you don't want them to judge yours.
Yeah, and I think that's the issue that I can agree with. It's the notion of like what, because it's
harsh,
I'm about to.
You're stepping on eggshells right now.
Yeah, like you see me. So hold on. So here's what it is. It's the idea of you're trying to dictate to me what you're saying is right.
Yes, sir.
And you're saying, yo, what you're doing is wrong. Right? You're no different than the assholes you're fighting against because it's like, yo, I'm not your enemy. I just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because I think for me, when Chappelle on the stand-up is talking about, yo, my one trans friend who was opening up for me on shows and all that stuff, and she unfortunately took her own life. I was like, yo, fam, you know what? Like, I get what he means by that because he's not trying to say, yo, I'm an ally because I have one trans friend. He's just trying to say, yo, nah, like, I was close to someone in that community, so close enough to someone in that community that I was able to learn some shit.
What people don't understand is, right, we all have our opinions, our views, how we think, but at the same time, there's somebody in our family who's opposed to everything we do, how we think, right?
Of course.
We all have lesbian cousins. We all have gay cousins.
Yeah.
There's somebody down the family tree who transformed into something else.
Transitioned. Let's use proper terms here, Los.
Listen, my English is not very good looking.
Yo, this dude said transformed. I was like, I don't think they transitioned.
No, but at the same time, it's like, think about it. They want us to accept something that doesn't accept themselves. At the same time, we can't judge them, but they want to judge us. Now, if we don't know what's going on,
you can't judge us for not knowing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So instead of having a conversation about, like, how you feel, what you're thinking, what's going on, stop judging, have a conversation, figure it out.
Yeah, and because I think that's where I always say that for me, I view those instances as, because I know people are so quick to be like, nah, we got to cancel him. It's like, no, like, first off, you can't cancel Dave Chappelle. That's impossible. But more importantly, I'm just like, are these not opportunities to which we can educate people and be like, yo, this is where, like, because for example, like for me, there were things from the stand-up where, like, I talked to, like, friends who I, like, work with and know who are part of the community, and they were like, yo, like, this is what was fucked up about this. And then I was like, all right, like, to me, I was just like, well, I'm getting educated on why y'all mad about it. Doesn't mean that I didn't laugh. Doesn't mean that I didn't find it funny. Doesn't mean I didn't watch the shit again. I did.
Not to cut you off, I watched it twice and I laughed from beginning to end.
Every time.
Because, we're living in a day and age where we can't even voice our opinion. It's called freedom of speech for a reason. When it comes to being a comic, that is the purest art form of freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
And they speak for people who, try not to say nothing to disrespect somebody else. But at the same time, people are going to think and say what they want. Yeah. And if you can't deal with it, as they say, if you can't deal with the heat, stay out the kitchen.
Yeah. And that's a perfect transition to our next topic of someone who should have stayed out the kitchen because they were talking some wild shit. Jon Gruden.
My man. Listen.
Yo.
Great coach.
Great coach.
He is a great coach. As a person, he's a POS.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say nothing though. Because you know why? I'm a Raiders fan, so I can't say nothing.
But,
and I watched his Tampa Bay run. But at the same time, understand, do your own research. Come on.
So here's something that I greatly appreciate about you. And this is how I know that just like it's things that I knew about you that I was like, yeah, like that's my bro right there.
He's just saying I'm a bad man.
Because we both agree it's like, yo, like Dave Chappelle's great, like, yo, this kid, like,
you can't cancel Dave Chappelle.
You can't cancel Dave Chappelle.
I do not care.
The thing is, because we're consistent. Yo, we think Dave Chappelle's fine. Yo, you can't, like, it's It's like, yo, leave Dave Chappelle alone. Like, yo, he's coming from a different place, whatever. Jon Gruden, nah, that's a piece of shit. Listen, Jon Gruden needs to be tossed the fuck out. Jon Gruden, get him the fuck out of here, though.
Jon Gruden is a great football coach.
But get him
He has a great football mind.
Yo.
Outside of that, don't nobody want to know him.
Yo, get him the fuck out of here. Yo, so Jon Gruden, former coach of the Raiders, wherever the fuck they play now. Where they at?
Oakland.
Seattle?
Now they're Las Vegas. Vegas Raiders.
Where they at? Huh?
Las Vegas Raiders.
Fucking Sacramento.
Shout out Beast Mode.
Sacramento Raiders.
Come on, man. Las Vegas. Come on, man.
Wherever the fuck they at.
Come on, man. Come on, Jets fan. Because you a Jets fan.
You know the vibes.
You know what I'm saying?
Forever New York, baby.
I feel you.
So Jon Gruden had just emails. And the thing is, so here's what I find wild.
Okay.
As a motherfucker who emails for his work on a regular basis.
Yes, sir.
If Jon Gruden got fired for saying this kind of wild shit in emails, I can guarantee you he's probably saying some wilder shit in person. Like, yo. Like, if he's saying all sort of this nasty shit on an email, like, yo, if he wrote this shit, can you just imagine what he didn't write?
But understand this, right? Let's go back in time. Right? Think about it. When they put every minority, because the NFL, the NBA, probably the MLB is 80% minority.
Now, yeah.
For a very long time.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the time. Now,
I think baseball less. I think
baseball at the beginning of the time was majority. You know what?
Yeah.
But when it comes to NFL and NBA,
yeah.
But think about it.
Yeah.
Now go back to the beginning of time when they took our people off the ships. What they had them doing? Measuring their height, their weight, muscle mass, this and that. Now think about the NFL Combine.
Oh well, yeah, same thing.
Do you think these Americans are any different?
Oh, you're woke as shit. Okay.
I'm very woke. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Don't let the glasses and the light skin fool you.
Woke as fuck.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But at the same time, it's just like, you know, he has an opinion of his own. It's called freedom of speech. Think about it. It doesn't matter if he's right, if he's wrong.
It's his opinion.
It's his opinion, and people get too caught up in somebody else's opinion. But at the same time, get this guy out of here.
Get him the fuck out of here.
Get him.
I think, yo, when it comes to people's opinions, because again, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
You said it. I didn't, but yeah.
It's true.
My mom's watching. Right?
I think that people like that, people who like are in those kind of positions, I think it's kind of a justice of just like, yo, if you're in those positions, then like if you're in a position where you can be removed, then you probably shouldn't be a shitty human being. Okay,
but think about it. If you think David Sterling, the former owner of the Clippers,
Donald Sterling,
I don't know his name.
Yeah, Donald Sterling.
I can care less. But at the same time, if you think that the American male can do what everybody else does, you're sadly mistaken.
Oh, of course.
And that's no disrespect, but I'm just saying it's a hard thing to go by. But man, listen, I'm a big fan of Jon Gruden, the Chucky Doll, Oakland Raiders, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, back when they won the Super Bowl. Big fan. But some of those things he was saying, 6,500 emails.
Yeah.
Over 6,500 emails.
Over like a couple of years. Like he was just wilding. He was forever.
But it just goes to show you that they look down upon anybody who's not pretty much white. Let's pretty much say it.
But I mean,
it's white privilege.
Yeah. So
because why? Listen, I'm not too much into the politics, into the race. I don't care what you do, how you do it. But at the same time, bro, 80% of your team is minority.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it's in the high 90% of any NFL, NBA,
NFL was specific.
MLB. It's a high 90% that is minority. Excuse me. But how do you have somebody like that in charge of your team? That's like me saying, no disrespect, I hate Dominicans. They're my favorite. You're my bro. It's the same thing.
Very true. Very true. And I mean, I think also like with the NFL, I think the NFL more than the MLB and the NBA is probably the one that has the most minority players because of the fact that it's the one with the least amount of like international play. Because when you think about the NBA, there's way more players coming in from overseas than ever before.
Yeah,
there's always been more overseas players coming for the NBA and the MLB. Fam, they got scouts in the mud huts of the Dominican Republic finding players when they're 15, signing them.
15-year-old pitchers.
All right,
yeah, man.
Believe me. All right, like I've seen this. Like they're getting players from everywhere.
I'm just saying,
and they're doing.
Roberto Clemente is the man.
And they're doing this all over the UK, like all over the world. They're getting whatever kid they could see who can hit ball with stick and run. They are signing them and they're putting them in this farm league.
Yes, sir.
So the NFL doesn't do any of that shit, and they don't really play American football overseas because the only football they play is soccer. So
keep it that way.
You're not really gonna see a lot of like overseas, So at that point, it's just like, yo, like you're left with a lot of just
Miami Hurricane players.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
So,
but yeah, he's Jon Gruden, terrible man. But when it comes to football,
he's a great head coach.
Great mind, great head coach. But other than that, get him out of here.
I still think he did some wild trades when he got to Raiders, but that's
10 years, $100 million guaranteed.
Yeah, he still gets that guaranteed money though.
He gets everything.
He gets all of that.
Every dollar.
So like y'all might have fired him, but them checks is still gonna come.
Always.
Man, my God.
Keyshawn Johnson said it best when he played for him on the Bucks. Keyshawn Johnson years ago was saying, "That's a bad guy.
Yeah,
he's a bad man. Great football coach, great football mind. But other than that, terrible."
Yo. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
What are we even talking about?
What are we even talking about? My name is Los, by the way.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
That man, Los.
You heard?
Sticking on to sports. I wanted to get into this Kyrie Irving shit.
My guy.
So
great athlete.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. So for those of you who don't know, I think I might have mentioned it before. Kyrie Irving he's refused getting vaccinated.
Okay.
Right?
Which is his choice.
Is his choice. And you know what? Quite honestly, my stance on the whole vaccination thing is it should be because again, I'm a believer of, people should have their choice.
Okay.
Part of that choice though is, because in believing in freedom of choice, is, I have my choice of whether or not I get vaccinated. My employer, whatever facility, like they have their choice of whether or not they will accept me into their facility with or not being vaccinated. That's choice.
Yes. That's
choice at its core.
Yes.
Right? Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Because the thing that I find fucked up was like because I think I might have talked about it before, where like Delta Airlines was like, you don't have to get vaccinated, but we're gonna charge you a $200 fee. Like, fam, you don't give a fuck about this, all right? Like, you're putting money on safety at that point. Like, say to me,
power of the dollar.
Because if you say to me, if you don't get vaccinated, you can't work here.
Yes.
That's you using your choice as a business.
True.
Because you're kind of saying, yo, this is what our beliefs are.
Okay. Well, before you continue, I don't mean to cut you off. None of that. This is America, right?
Yeah.
Freedom?
Yeah.
Freedom is the most used word in this country.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech, freedom of choice, freedom of this, freedom of that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I take your freedom away, what am I?
If you take my freedom away?
Yeah.
You're what, tyrant?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Everything you oppose is what you become.
Yeah.
So, right, for instance, we were talking about the Kyrie Irving incident, where he chooses not to get vaccinated because it's his personal choice.
Absolutely.
Which is freedom of choice.
Yes.
Which is, commandments.
Yep. Like that's his choice.
Amendment, all that.
Whatever his choice is.
So it's pretty much saying, do what I say or you can't work. So it's pretty much a dictatorship, where to a point where, come on, man.
Nah, I don't. So I don't.
We're in America, the freedom of everything, but at the same time, I understand. Don't get me wrong, I understand it, but do your own research.
Yeah.
You're not going to put a foreign substance in my body if I don't want you to put it in my body.
Well, especially and that's where I firmly understand when it comes to professional athletes.
Yes.
I firmly understand when a professional athlete says, yo, I don't want to get vaccinated, I firmly understand, yo, I have made a fortune off of building this body to be able to do the things that it can do. I cannot jeopardize the hundreds of millions of dollars that this body is going to generate by you putting some substance into my body that I don't fully understand. We're not doing that.
Okay.
I understand that point.
Yes.
In that same freedom,
mm-hmm.
because also, mind you, so Kyrie Irving has declined getting vaccinated. The NBA has no rules against unvaccinated players not playing. They have no rule against it.
In certain states.
Right? It's not, but more specifically, in certain arenas. Yeah. So what's happening now is, because it isn't that the NBA is saying every player needs to get vaccinated. No. Certain arenas across the country, in certain states, depending on what's the state's, COVID restrictions are like,
yes.
Certain arenas have rules stating that you need to be vaccinated to enter this arena. You need to provide proof of vaccination to enter this arena. What happens is there are some NBA, some of these arenas are NBA arenas.
Yes, sir.
So I know one of the things that came up was like Andrew Wiggins in Golden State, because that was something that came up in San Francisco. He got vaccinated because, again, he was just like, look, pretty much the only alternative was you can play, but you can't practice or play in home games because that's all in the arena. You can't come in here. You can travel. You can come with us to the away games, but you can't come to these games. Kyrie Irving was holding out, pretty much saying, yo, I'll play in the away games, and that's it. I won't play any home games, and I'll play away games only.
I mean, with this day and age, I get it. I understand it, but at the same time, it's all...
It's choice.
It's beyond choice. It's all about, it's all about the dollar.
Oh, well, of course.
It's also all about the following, which is like everything's a facade. It's a fad. If 100 people are going right, you decide to go left by yourself, and somebody behind you sees 100 people going right, they're going to go right.
So
you have to have a free mind, a free spirit to go left.
So because I agree with you. I agree with you with that part. The thing about it, and this is where the choice comes into play, is you can, like what you said, yo, you see 100 people going right and there's no one going left. Like, are you going to go left? It's like, all right, cool. What does the left road look like? And who, because mind you,
I get it.
Again, it's.
But that is, you gotta believe, man.
It's but
you gotta believe, man.
So this is where when I say freedom of choice, because I think when people say freedom of choice, they only think about their choice.
For the most part, yeah. I agree with that.
And that's the issue.
Because at this day and age, most people are selfish.
Yeah. So that's the problem. Because if you
Okay, but wait 1 second. Who made those people selfish?
Oh, now we potting today. Okay, hold
the
up.
News, the government.
Oh, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're right about that.
Because
that's where the root of it comes into play, though.
For an example, you can be a person of belief, of giving back, of helping everybody else out around you, whether they're poor, whether they're this, whether they're that, whatever they're going through. You can help them, but you have to ask yourself, if they was in your shoes, would they help you?
Of course not.
Now, this day and age, you're getting judged for everything.
Yeah.
This day and age, most people are selfish. Because all they care about is themselves and their pockets and their this and their that. It's very rare to find a genuine person in 2021.
Yeah.
And, if you voted blue or red, it's going to show at the end of the day.
Well, yeah. And I think that's where the issues come into play.
Yeah.
It's this level of self, because hold on though, because when you think about Kyrie Irving, even when you think about because I know what you're saying, like it's a tyranny because you're taking away his power of choice. You're not, because you're more so. I think what you're more so saying is it's like it's like if we're playing cards. I am not telling you can't play your hand.
You are.
No, I'm not. You know why I'm not?
They are taking away.
No,
they are taking away his opportunity to feed his kids and his family.
They're not.
Because they're saying, put this foreign substance in your body, or you can't feed your daughter. You can't feed your son. You can't feed your mom.
They're not.
They are.
First off,
he can't play home games until he gets vaccinated.
First off, it's not the league. It's the states and the stadiums.
We're gonna put the gloves on camera. We're
gonna
put the gloves on camera.
That's first. But here's the thing. Again, everyone had it's choice, and I think that's where people have this level of.
Okay, let me ask you a question though. I'm not trying to cut you off.
Yeah, hit me.
This is your show. But I'm just saying, if I tell you, right, you cannot ask me questions. You can't say a word until X, Y, Z. Am I not taking away your choice?
No, you're not. You know why?
If I say, but wait, if I say you can't ask me a question unless you take this shot, you don't want to take that shot because you don't know what's in this cup. Now, if I said you either take this shot or this podcast is over.
But that's where then on my end,
yes sir,
I do have a choice. You know what my choices are? My choices are, again, because just like you would be expressing your choice.
Yes.
In this scenario, you're the arena, you're the state. You're expressing your choice. I now have my own choice to make of do I want to continue the pod and I drink the thing and I don't know what's in it? Do I want to roll that? It's kind of like, how important is this to you?
Exactly.
But that's my choice.
Okay. But at the same time, I tell people this all the time. You do your own research.
Of course.
You look up what you want to look up. You dig into what you want to dig into. Now, right? Now if I said behind the scenes, right? Off air, off the podcast, I told you I was going to bring this up. Then I tell you, if you drink it on air, and off air, you get X amount of dollars. And those X amount of dollars you want, you're gonna drink it.
That's yeah,
exactly.
But that's what, and again, but that's still all choice. Because for me, you know why? Because you know what it is. How much are the dollars worth to you? Because at the end of the day, money is power.
My soul's not for sale.
All right,
everybody's not built like that. But at the same time,
if Kyrie is built like that, and he could walk away from it,
he's going to.
And I'll be quite honest, I believe that too.
He's going to.
I firmly believe that he will not get vaccinated. He will 100%. That man making more than enough sneaker money.
I'm with you.
He's making more than enough sneaker money that
he's not. His sneakers are terrible.
Kyrie, you don't think Kyrie making sneaker money?
He is, but his shoes are ugly.
Oh no! Of course they. I mean, I'm not wild about them. I know I got a couple of my boys who wear Kyries. I've seen a couple.
They shouldn't be your friends anymore. I'm just saying.
I've seen a couple fire Kyries. I have. I've seen a couple.
Besides the Bruce Lee joints,
those were clean. I've seen
nothing else. Kick rocks.
But my thing is, I firmly do believe that he will walk away from it. But that's what it comes down to. It comes down to, it's your choice.
In the land of the free, right? It should never come down to you choosing to put a foreign substance in your body or to feed your family. USA is built on what? No. Land of the free. Free this, free that, free that. Now, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, you go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
It's your podcast.
Nah, I want to cut you off.
You know what I'm saying? It's all you. But I'm saying, now, we've been here our whole entire lives, right?
Uh-huh.
And we got to work for everything.
Yeah.
And somebody comes here and gets everything for free. How are you going to feel?
Oh, I'd be pissed.
I rest my case.
But that's... Copy.
I'm going to make you think today, you heard?
I bet. My thought is just, everybody should be allowed to have their choice.
Freedom of speech.
And I think that's where Kyrie has his choice. The arena and the Nets have their choice.
Sure.
Currently, right now, the current status of it is that Kyrie is not on the team at all right now.
All of New York is pretty much saying you either put this foreign substance in your body or you can't do anything. Which is now, for example,
do you think that takes away people's freedoms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's me telling you, take this shot or you can't feed your son. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? If I sat here and said, right, drink this or your son will eat ever again. What are you going to do?
Honestly?
Yeah.
I'm drinking.
Okay then.
I
took your freedom of choice away from you.
Okay, but no, because I had the choice of walking away and I chose not to.
Okay then.
That's choice.
if you don't drink this, right, you're going to have to move. You have to pick up.
Yeah.
You have to pick up and move.
Yeah. But that's my choice. Like, for me, I view it as all these organizations, institutions, companies, all these people,
which is run by money.
But everything is money. There is literally nothing there's nothing purely genuine that exists. Everything is really tied to money.
Yeah, but at the same time, there is a few things that exist that is not, you can't buy. Can they buy your soul? Do you have a dollar amount on your soul?
Just because mine doesn't mean most don't.
I'm just asking.
Just because mine doesn't mean that most don't.
I can only ask you.
No,
I can't ask most people because my opinion, most people can be bought.
Oh, 100%. But I think that's where, again, I think when it comes to choice, and when it comes to things like that.
But where are we?
Oh, we're in the United States of America.
Land of the what?
Land of the alleged free. The decaf free.
Que tú dices.
But I think, it does come down to, whether or not you're for sale. I don't think Kyrie Irving is for sale currently.
He's not for sale.
He's not with the Nets at all right now.
Social media makes every female for sale. We ain't getting into that today, bro.
We ain't touching that.
No, we're
not going to touch that today. But speaking of being for sale, though, what we will touch on is two things that are for sale. First off, this new trend of just like celebrities getting like sponsored products with like fast food places. So you know how, like, for example, Travis Scott had like the McDonald's meal, and I think Sweetie had one too.
Yep.
Right? Did you hear about Megan Thee Stallion?
No.
So Megan Thee Stallion got herself a little fast food deal.
From when?
Megan Thee Stallion got hot sauce at Popeyes.
Okay.
I don't know if the hot sauce is for sale or if they just give it to you because you don't really pay for sauce. Am I going to Popeyes and paying for the Megan Thee Stallion sauce, or like y'all just giving it to me? Like, how does that work?
It's a marketing plan.
Well, duh, but like for sauce, like I don't understand if they gave her a sandwich.
No, they use her to expedite the sales.
Oh well, duh. You think it's gonna be good? You look like you about to go get that after this. Look at you. Look at you.
Nah. You know, man. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know, man. I can't talk about nothing I don't know about. So,
You look like you about to go be on some thought shit and get some Megan Thee Stallion.
Chill, man.
Get a chicken, get a Popeyes chicken sandwich with Megan Thee Stallion sauce. Like, let me get extra Stallion sauce on this one.
I'm all set. I'll take that Tory Lanez barbecue sauce, though.
Oh my God.
You heard?
Yo. Nah. We nah.
I'll take that Tory Lanez lemonade. You heard what I'm saying?
You're wild.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. Thank God we're at the point of the podcast where it's only our loyal listeners who are still here. So, like, I'm good. Like, I feel like this is, like, cancel-free zone at this point because there's all motherfuckers who are just like, all the day ones are here right now.
At the same time, when you're genuine and you don't judge people and you don't,
true to yourself.
You don't ridicule what people decide to do with their own life. You know what I mean? You don't judgment. With me, it's just a judgment-free zone.
Planet Fitness. That's that slogan. You're Planet Fitness.
Don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me. I'm just saying. I don't judge people, man. I support whatever lane you want to run down. I'll support you, but at the same time, don't judge me for the lane I walk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Absolutely.
So, you can't be canceled if you're genuine and you're just true to yourself and you're true to the people because, don't follow trends, don't follow social media because social media is evil, man. You know what I mean? Social media diluted reality.
I feel like you delete your social media like every other week.
You gotta understand, man. I'm not a fan of social media. I'm not a fan of people in general. I just, if you want to join the army, the Yawa army, you know what I'm saying? You want to get in shape. You want to, expand your mind, your body, your soul. I'll give you 120%, but you gotta give it yourself. I'm going to disrespect you. I'm going to talk so much trash to you where you're either gonna want to cry, want to fight me, want to quit. I'm here to push you beyond your limits. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for I'm a rare breed because I'm here for the people. Not too many people are here for the people. Everybody in this day and age is like, well, if you judge me, I'm not doing anything. Well, if you do this, everybody cares about a dollar. I don't care about nothing. I want you to be better than you are tomorrow than you was today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you on that. I've definitely have experienced that from being around you. I'm saying, this boy talking some shit today.
I'm a bad man. You don't even know about it.
Hey, man.
Yo, Violence is coming 2021 and in November. You're going to see me, Team Guns in the building. You heard?
Hey. Speaking of violence,
yes, sir.
Perfect segue. Squid Game on Netflix.
I know nothing about that. I've heard plenty about it, but I have yet to understand it and to watch it. I'm too caught up on The Walking Dead. I'm too caught up on Peaky Blinders.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
Last week, before I recorded with Sav, he had me watch an episode.
Who?
Sav. You know the vibes.
Sav.
Big dog.
AKA Marshmallow Arms. Yes, I heard you.
That one. The frozen one.
AKA Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. I heard you.
He was like, yo, you got to watch an episode of this shit. This shit's fire. I was like, all right, bet. I watched it. I had a few people recommend it to me. I watched the episode. I was like, all right, this shit kind of wild. And then, like, I had Monday off from work because of the holiday. And bro,
lying. His girl got him in trouble.
Stop. I fucking binged it, yo. I watched the whole first season. That shit is wild. Because it's a rare instance with a show where, like, you fucking think you know what's about to happen. And it don't go down like you think it's going to go down. And I rock with it. I highly recommend it. I think you should watch that shit.
Nah, that's my next.
Nah, watch it.
That's my next joint I'm gonna get into. Like I said,
now you gotta watch it.
Big fan of Walking Dead. Big fan of Badlands.
Shit. It gives me Hunger Game.
I love Hunger Game movies.
It gives me the heavy Hunger Game vibes. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I would fuck with it heavy. It definitely gave me some heavy Hunger Game vibes. Yeah, man, shit was good. It was real good.
And I believe in you.
It was real good. So, I'll be honest, I don't even, bro, because I don't really even be having time to just sit and watch shows like that.
My bad.
Boss. I forget how sometimes I'll say some shit and I'll just sound mad arrogant and I don't realize it, but then I'm just like, oh shit, yeah, I sound nuts.
It's that Dominican in you. I'm just saying.
Oh shit, yeah, I sound nuts right now, don't I?
Yeah. Mad Bartolo Maduro.
But yeah, I'm saying I don't got time to be watching shows. Like, y'all watch shows? What?
Yeah, man.
Like,
listen, greatest show of all time.
What, Walking Dead?
No.
What? Sons of Anarchy?
Man. The Shield.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
The Shield.
Okay.
Greatest show of all time. After that, Sons of Anarchy. After that, I don't want to hear it.
Sons of Anarchy was amazing.
Bruh.
Amazing. I loved it. I love Sons. I might watch that over again.
Yes, sir.
So, last topic on the agenda today.
Yes, sir.
I don't talk about local, like, Providence news all that much on the pod.
Yes, sir.
But I think this is fitting to just talk about it because I'm like, yo, this shit is wild. So Providence right now
on fire.
Is on fire right now.
Fuego.
For
you Spanish.
Providence right now, like, has like its highest fucking murder count since 2009. Fam. We got like 20 something for this small ass city.
Well, think about it. We're in a day and age where COVID is stopping a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of income. You know, our last homicide was individual who was washing his laundry.
Yeah.
Got approached by somebody else from the back, pulse, and wanted his jewelry. You know, he fought back, you know, shots rang off. He got hit, lost his life because he defended himself. We're in the age where you can't wear things you work hard for.
No.
Because the next individual wants it. And the way that everything's set up is to where it's like, you know, certain, let me choose my words wisely.
No, do you think?
Certain jobs and certain things are, you know, either shut down or diluted where, you know, people can't eat. And But at the same time, if I worked 100 hours this week and I bought myself a gold watch, I should be able to wear it. But we in a point in time where, you know, everybody's hungry.
Yeah.
They got people to feed, they got kids to feed, their mother's sick, they got this, you know, this, that, and that. But we on fire.
Fam.
You just got to be careful.
Yo, yeah, there's always, I think you summed it up perfectly. Whenever there's those kind of shortages, whenever there's less than, historically, we've always seen, anytime there's those kind of situations, people are hungry, like, yo,
listen,
the
man,
the wolves will always come out.
You gotta understand, if you got mouths to feed, and you the breadwinner, you gotta do what you gotta do to eat.
Yeah.
And you know, it sucks because you're put in a position where you gotta do things you don't really want to do, but it's either me or you.
Yeah, there's no other alternative.
And it's never going to be me. It's always going to be you. And that's going to be the outcome for 98.9% of everybody else out here.
Bro.
Understand that, you know, okay, I get it. Everybody wants to wear Jordans, expensive this, expensive that. But you are a target because a lot of people can't afford that.
Because people, it's always a scary situation when
going out with me. I'm fucking gorgeous. You heard?
It's always a scary situation in the world whenever whenever the savages of the world don't have.
No, it's not even about being savage.
Yeah,
no, it's not even about being savage.
When you don't, no. But
if your back was put against the wall, right? No disrespect. I'm just saying.
No, you're right.
If for an example, if you walked outside today, and you knew you had $2 in your pocket.
Yeah.
And you saw somebody walking across the street with a gold chain on that can feed you and your son for fucking 3 months. You not gonna test his gangster?
Of course.
You not gonna test his manhood?
Of course. But I think that's where you... Are you trying to say I'm not a savage already?
No, you a beast.
Oh, I know.
I want to trouble, cuz.
I want to trouble.
No, I'm just saying. Nah, I'm just saying for an example because
you're right. But in those situations,
at the end of the day, you're pushed to where it's
circumstances.
Yeah, and it's also where it's testing your manhood because what are you gonna do? How are you gonna feel as a man if your child, if your wife, if your spouse can't eat?
You got to figure it out.
You got to figure it out, and if it's me or you, it's not gonna be me.
And that's that mentality of like, if I'm gonna get it out the mud, I see you walking with a gold chain. You're the mud now.
Exactly.
You the mud. I'm gonna have to get it.
So, saying that is the thing that's been going on in Providence for these last couple of weeks. Is like, you know, there's people shining, people doing their thing, but at the same time, there's people that's hungry, and they're gonna test everything that you want
because they gotta get it.
You gotta eat. You gotta eat. You gotta eat. You gotta eat. You know what I mean, man? I'm saying. Grandma needs that oatmeal, so I'm gonna take everything out your pocket so grandma can eat that oatmeal.
And I think, what you said was perfect, because that's really the mindset of, when it comes down to it, it's gonna be either you or me. I guarantee you, it ain't gonna be me. That's the mindset that a motherfucker has,
and you gotta have it because in this day and age where it sucks because everything is so social media driven. You can't even have fun because even if you are a person who works 60 hours a week, right?
You can't have fun though.
You can't. You can't even have, you work 60 hours a week, right? And you push you out for a drink. The person who's hungry, they got a phone.
Yeah. They gonna see you.
And they see you.
They see where you at, what you up to.
They coming down in, and it just sucks, man, because you can't enjoy the fruits of your own labor because there's somebody else that, they're not working hard as you. They ain't got a heart like you. They want the easy way out, and you're put in a position to where it's either me or you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's always you over them.
It'll always be. Always be. So with that being said, yo, everybody, improv, yo, y'all be safe out here.
Stay safe, man.
Stay safe.
Y'all in the building.
I think that's just, it's super important to say because, yo, that shit is wild. I do a toast, so you gotta relax. Damn.
Toast, they get toast. Cups is empty. He want to do a toast. You heard?
All right. Well, first off, I'm all, yo, that's it for the topics.
You heard?
If you're still listening, thank you for still being here.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you. It's an honor and a privilege to be on,
brother.
You know what I'm saying? To be on. What are we even talking about? To be on this podcast.
Yeah, I appreciate you for
you know.
Let me give you your flowers real quick.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate you for pushing me to level up and kind of like. Because I've always had a mindset of always trying to better myself, always trying to get better at my craft, at whatever it is that I'm doing as far as like whatever my journeys were in life. With you, it was like the first time where you really pushed me to like, yo, like transform your body to be better.
Of course, man.
Like, oh, you're doing this. I promise you could do it better.
Of course, man.
You know what I'm saying? I remember like when you and I first started working out, and it was in like the peak of the pandemic. I remember we were just meeting up in it was like summer of 2020. Everything was shut down.
I got that pool, you know what I'm saying? Because I got that pool where we can work out in the middle of the pandemic. You heard? We ain't gonna tell nobody though.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? But like even when we were just running.
Yeah, sir.
And it was like, yo, we're gonna like run up this like set of stairs. I said Roger Williams Park in Providence. And I remember at first I would do it. I feel winded after doing it a few times. It's like, yo, all right, we're gonna double it. We're gonna keep doubling it. All right, now I want you to do it, but I want you to put on this weighted vest.
Is there?
And it was just a constant push. And then after a while, it was just like, yo, this is light work.
It's all positive progression.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you got to push yourself to be better. You want to, every day that you wake up is a blessing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, every day that you wake up and you try to be better than you was yesterday is a bigger blessing. Because the people behind you see that you're pushing to be better.
Every day.
You see what I'm saying? So,
that's all you can do.
I'm just here to make you better than you was yesterday. That's the goal. I'm just here to push you past your limits. You know what I mean? This day and age, it's all a competition. Not with me.
But with yourself.
It's you know, I'm here to make you better. I'm here to push you past your limits. You can hate me all you want. You can talk all the trash you want. You can hate me tomorrow. But I'm gonna make sure today you're gonna do better than you did yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's because I believe in the people. People believe in me. My name's Los, by the way.
Nah, man.
But I'm just saying.
That's the yo.
I mean,
and for that, I appreciate you.
No, man,
love you.
I appreciate you giving me and allowing me the privilege to be on your platform.
No, of course. I think there's no way that I could have gone through this journey of getting different people on here. Because everybody that I've had on here, or a lot of them, are just people who I have just some sort of significant connection with.
AKA robots.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
AKA robots.
And I was like, there's no way that I can go through this and not have Los on here.
We in the building.
Because it's necessary. It's necessary. So, with that being said, quick toast. End the pod.
Empty.
Pushing
for you.
I'll toast myself. Some ships float, some ships sink, but the best ships are friendships, and to those ships, we drink.
I feel you. Appreciate you.
Oh my God.
We in the field.
Got me drinking this dog liquor. You wild.
Now we in the building.
Man, you wild. Thank y'all for tuning in.
You heard?
Say thank you.
I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Tune in next week. See who I got in here with me next week.
With that being
said, man,
I'm coming back. What you talking about?
With that being said, thank you. All love.
Appreciate y'all.